All right, you guys, today we are going to attempt to resolve a pretty significant issue. Let's check it out. As you can see, we have an unintentional waterfall feature coming down off the lowest side of our roof. Okay, let me give you the rundown. When we were designing the house, we chose to maximize space by extending the house this way. And as a result, this wall is not parallel with the rest of the house. It sits at an angle. So when we were building the rooftop, we sloped the roof this way. And because of that, the edge of the roof is not completely level due to the risers we had to install to create the slope of the roof. This side of the roof is a few inches lower than this side of the roof due to the angle wall. That will come into play later in the video. Anyways, after weeks of researching gutters, we didn't find anything that would work for our situation. We didn't want to drill the drip edge, and due to the slope of the roof and the drip edge situation, we had to have gutters with at least a 5-inch backing, which was very challenging to find. So, with that being said, let the adventures begin. So, as you guys see, we have a water issue. So, back when we installed our rooftop up there, we put the drip edge, but we did not install any gutter. We don't have a gutter system. The drip edge just goes over the edge, and the water basically just falls to the ground. So we are slowly entering into the rainy season here on the ranch. We get a lot of rain, and it's going to be really important to get a gutter system up before we get deep into the rainy season and just get a flood of water coming on the side of the house. So, with that being said, let me introduce you to what we'll be working on. So this is our custom-made gutter system that we designed with Ram Steel Co. out of Salem, Oregon, and they did an absolutely phenomenal job at helping us create these custom gutters. So as we get started, I'll explain to you guys the system that we designed and how everything works. So let's jump right in. All right, so let me explain a little bit about what's going on. So these are our gutters right here, and this right here is the end cap that's gonna go onto the gutter like that. So the issue with this and these is that I have not welded stainless in a long time. The last time that I welded stainless was for our custom door handles on the container door conversions that we did. So it's been quite some time, and we don't have any extra material here or with this for me to kind of practice on. So we had to dig through our stainless scrap, which is not very much, to see if we could find something that I could potentially practice on a little bit to get the settings right before I go ahead and weld this to the end of the gutters. So that's the plan. I'm hoping that I can figure it out, and we're just gonna go from there. Wish me luck. I'm using Blue Demon stainless flux core wire, which is what I've used previously in the past when welding stainless. I'll be sure to include a link in the description because this is a great product and a great way to weld stainless without gas. Stop. Alright, so here is our little setup. I have these little leftover pieces of stainless. The issue is that these ones are a little bit thicker, and this flashing, which actually I think is a leftover piece of our drip edge, is thinner than our gutters. So I'm just gonna mess around and try to get an idea of what will work and if I can do this. So fingers crossed I can figure it out. Okay, so I think that went okay. Like I mentioned before, this piece of flashing is thinner than what we're gonna be using, and the piece that I welded is thicker. So I think it will work for, the settings will work for what we will do next. I'm not gonna completely weld the end cap on there just because I feel like it's gonna deform too much, and I don't think that will turn out very well. So we are just going to tack weld it in a bunch of spots and use sealant. Moving along. So we got this all peeled and ready to go. Viant grabbed the end cap, and now we are going to set everything up.
Let's see. So we have kind of a gap in the mid, so I guess I will just cut this so we have less of gap here.
Okay.
Or I can cut this one easier.
Do you really want to, or should I just?
And you see the gap? Just to make it easy for me.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's quite significant.
Yeah, we cut here with the grinder, like I'll mark like 1 millimeter.
Okay. Wow. That's some precision work right there.
Precision. Now I can modify that for you.
Wow.
And you have no gap. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Great work.
So
All right, so we finished the other side, the opposite side of the gutter, got the end cap tacked on there. Welding with stainless, it's pretty tricky, and I did the best that I could. I wish I had a little bit of material to kind of mess around with the settings to really get it like fine-tuned. But at the same time, this isn't structural, and I mean, it's just a gutter, so it's tacked on there well enough to stay and function well. So I guess it's a success in that way. But anyways, so Vion's gonna work on this and kind of like clean it up and get all that done later. Now what we're gonna do is head down here, and we are going to work on the custom piece that we're going to build that is basically going to be sort of like a funnel. It will go from the gutter into the downspout. So we have a couple pieces of scrap stainless that we are going to use, all of it, for the whole system for the gutters. So we're gonna put together a bunch of these pieces to create this little funnel. You guys will see what I mean as we build it. And yeah, so let's get going. So basically what we're working on now is a piece that will sit underneath the gutters and go into the downspout. Our downspout system is also going to be custom made, so we had to create a piece to link the downspout to the gutters.
I'll show Mark where I should cut that first.
So I am having a little bit of trouble trying to find the good settings for the stainless flux core wire. So what we're gonna do is cut up a few extra pieces of this stainless angle iron that we're working with so I can kind of mess around with it to kind of get everything dialed in before we get started on welding this funnel piece that we're creating. Wish me luck! All right, so I got to practice a little bit. We cut some of this, where is it? Well, I don't know where it is. We cut some of the angle iron and I just welded it together. It's really hot, so I gotta use the pliers to hold it. But anyways, I was able to practice a little bit. Yeah, these are really ugly. Don't look at those. But yeah, that definitely helped me quite a bit to be able to kind of like test out the settings and, you know, dial it in. And I think now we are at an acceptable weld. It's not the best. I don't have much experience with stainless flux core. So I definitely have a lot of room for improvement. But anyways, we're gonna try to tack this together and keep moving forward. All right, now the super fun part, drilling stainless. This is always a challenge. We always break so many drill bits. It is what it is. It's a tricky material to drill. So we have some oil. We're gonna try to go slow, use a good amount of pressure, and hope to not break more than a few drill bits. Fingers crossed, huh?
I'm afraid for the rescue.
Yeah. So anyways, just gonna keep moving along. So now we're switching gears and working on part of the downspout. Basically, we are creating a tapered end so that it will slide into another part of the stainless tubing. So now we're gonna try to do the opposite and make them smaller on each side with Hulk. Wait. Put your ear protection on. They'll do loud.
It's the rubber. I use the rubber.
Your rubber side? Okay.
Alright.
Wow.
That's all. Easier on the foot.
Ooh, it is chilly today. Winter is upon us. So we just did right here, well, Viant, he cut a couple triangles out of the sides of this piece of steel and kind of like tapered the end so that we can potentially slide it into the other piece when we create the downspout. So the main issue I think that's happening with the whole welding aspect is my machine is not capable to get hot enough to do like a good solid weld. Stainless requires a lot of heat to weld it with flux core. Anyways, so we're gonna try. This is just like we're doing what we can with what we have, so no judgments, but we're gonna try to use our propane torch over there to heat up the spot that I'm gonna weld. Crazy, I know, but if it helps, it helps. So I don't think I can get even remotely close to this. It is so incredibly hot, but let's check it out. So I think preheating the piece made a huge difference. My welds are okay. I wouldn't say that they're like the most amazing welds I've ever done, but I at least got it all welded, so this is great. So now Viant is gonna work on kind of like grinding down the sides so that we can still fit it into the other tube. So it's more of like a flat profile because the weld beads stick out a tiny bit. So warming the stainless made a huge difference. Huge. I am so happy we were able to figure out a solution because that was driving me crazy. I didn't want to have to buy a welder like specifically just to do this. So I was hoping that we could make it work with what we have. And that was really the main goal. Like I mentioned before, none of this is structural. This is literally just a gutter system. So I think everything will be all right. Viant's grinding down the welds right now. They look really good. The best ones that I've done so far. In stainless anyways. My flux core welds in mild steel are way nicer. But anyways, we're gonna keep moving forward and just try to do our best. Just like all we can do, really. So today we were hoping to install the gutters and we got a call. Bad news, the manlift that we rented needs some repairs. So I don't know if we are going to get the lift in time, and we absolutely need the lift to get up here because it's like 30 feet in the air. And it's not very easily accessible from the roof, and we don't want to take that risk of installing it from the roof because it's pretty dangerous. We don't really have a space up there to kind of like wear a harness and tie off, and it'll be just extremely difficult because we would have to hang over the side, and yeah, you'll see what I mean once we go to install the gutters, why it's not really feasible to do it from the roof. So anyways, we are going to work on what we can while we wait for the lift to be repaired. Viant's up there polishing the two ends of the gutter, and we're going to do a couple random things that we can do on the ground while we wait. And fingers crossed they can fix it rather quickly so that we can move on. We have a very, very, very rainy week or more coming, so we are very much pressured by the timing and the weather, and I just really hope that we can finish it before it starts to be super rainy, because we have everything already here and we're kind of like ready to do it now. So all we can do is just try our best, do our best, and hope for the best. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So let's get started, let's do what we can, and just try to make some progress. Good news, guys. We just got the call that the manlift is fixed and on the way to us. So we will be able to install the gutters today, or at least get started on it. So that's great news. So now what we're gonna do is take a bunch of cardboard and set it down on the ground over here so that we can kind of like lay everything out and connect everything to get an idea of how everything works before we start to go all the way up there and install it. here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Oh God. So we got all of our materials that we'll need right here, the brackets, the screws and everything like that, the drills and all that. We have the gutter right here, the first piece. Bion's just grabbing the last few things that we need, and then up we go. So we decided to slope the gutters towards the center of the roof and place the downspout at the beginning of the entrance structure. And this is the side that's the most tricky. So since the roof is sloped the opposite way, we have to work against gravity. We need to make sure we have enough slope for drainage and also enough space behind the drip edge for the gutters to be installed. So we're taking our time and making sure things go well. Good job. Alright, so we are up here trying to install the first gutter. We got the hole drilled and I don't know what happened, but I guess some of our measurements were off. We measured this and this, but from our leftover pieces in our storage down there. And we thought we bought the good screws, but they are way too short.
Oh, I know what's happened. Because we need 3 inch of actual thread, but their measurement is probably like 3 inch, including the head. So that will make sense.
Yeah. The total length.
Yeah.
So anyways, now we have to hope that we can go and find screws a little bit longer.
Huh?
It just happens sometimes. Okay.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. It's not like the end of the world, but anyways, let's keep moving forward.
So actually, the actual size of the thread, it's 2 inch and 7/8. But with the head, it's 3 inch. So this is the issue. So we'll get just like the size up. We'll see if we can have 3.5 with this diameter. If not, we'll have to take a bigger diameter and drill back all the bracket.
Usually we prefer to buy our fasteners online, but since we're in a rush, we ran to the closest hardware store and bought a few things we needed to continue. So we just scurried around everywhere to try to find these bolts that will work. And we managed to find exactly the amount that we need, which we typically don't like to do. We usually like to buy a few extra just in case we run into any issues or whatever. It's always super stressful at moments like this because we're racing against time, we're racing against the weather. And sometimes little things like that just pop up and just take up a lot of time. So, yeah.
And Sorry, can you come to show that? Please, people, put the good stuff on the good box on the store, because how this stuff end up in the other ones, like the double.
Yeah.
How this stuff end up on this one is like way too long. Like, just put it in the good spot.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I think we have enough materials to make it work, and we are gonna get right back to it again and hopefully make some good progress. So not only did we have to rush around to find what we needed, we ended up having to drill a larger hole in the brackets for the bolts we bought because we had to size up since we didn't find any in the size we were looking for. All right, back in the lift, back up to the roof to continue working on our custom gutter system. Fingers crossed we can finally make some progress. The amount of spiders that we have around the drip edge, I think we have the best chance to get some kind of special powers, and we can really use them right now, so. Oh. Also, I would like to mention this is our first time installing gutters ever. So, like everything, it always takes a little longer the first time you do things to get a good workflow going. We are working pretty late into the night tonight. We have a few things we absolutely need to get done before tomorrow morning, just in case the dew comes. It's really humid at night these days, so if we don't attach and do the sealant for these two, everything's going to be all wet tomorrow and it'll be very hard to dry everything. So we are going to push through, keep working a little bit longer, get these attached, connected, and everything sealed with these two pieces, and call it a day. Oh man.
Okay?
Alright, we finally finished our task for the day. It's freezing, it's super late, so we are going to go down, call it a night, and get back at it. Oh, I can't even talk. Get back at it tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better, more successful day. Everything is sealed, everything is connected, bolted, everything's good. So, yeah. See you tomorrow. So before I head off inside, I just want to show you guys something about how humid everything gets here at night. So my GoPro has been sitting out for the whole day, and this is all of our tools and stuff. It didn't rain at all today. This is just the condensation, like, from the air. Everything is wet. Everything. So that's just another reason why it is very challenging to build here, because the weather and the environment is very unforgiving. Okay, time to call it a night. Bye! Well, you guys, that's pretty much it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. We always appreciate all of your likes, shares, and comments. Be sure to tune in to next week's video to see how the gutter installation goes and see if we can finish without any issues. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Help support our channel by leaving a comment, liking, and sharing this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on Pacific Pines Ranch. We put out new videos every Saturday, and sometimes even during the week. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any. Okay, bye.